4th, 2015. Here in Justin's grandparents' house, and wanted to kind of recap a little bit about what's been going on the last few days. Well, so I finished working and opened a martial arts dojo. I have 4 students. Well, 1 prospective student, 1 assistant instructor, and then a student who is observed last time. We did a lot of demonstrations with weapons. I taught my friend how to use the chain whip, and yeah, it was overall a really good thing. I cleared out the living room. Justin had been staying here for a few days because I needed some time to think, and then I got lonely, of course, and horny, and so I came over here to his place, and basically we ate pizza, and after we ate pizza, we decided to go back over to my apartment, and after we had done that, turned out that my parents decided that they wanted to go on this trip to Provo Falls, and I was just kind of like, well, I want Jalera to come, and that's the name Justin chose for himself, his birth name. Parts of it to create Jalera, I'm just gonna call him Jewel for short, like Jul. And yeah, basically the gist of it is that his brother has his birthday today, and I haven't met his brother yet. He's originally biologically female and has changed his gender to male. On Tuesday I have another martial arts lesson, and I have to construct a lesson plan based on leopard style and snake style for the 1 student, and tiger, leopard style, and tiger style, I believe, for the other student. Using the chain whip is more of a dragon weapon, in my opinion. It flows more. And I'm excited that I am starting this dojo. I need to do more advertising, of course, and by word of mouth is kind of how I'm working right now. I want friends of friends. I'd like everyone to be unified in friendship, so when they're training, they're less likely to get in, fist fights after class or whatever. So, in another video, I basically explained the entire marriage ceremony as far as an emotional level and exchanging rings. So technically we're engaged as far as like a legal perspective because we haven't completed the paperwork. My best friend Neil, or my oldest heterosexual male friend, is going to officiate in the legal element. And as far as the spiritual ceremony and exchanging vows and whatnot, that will happen most likely in California at the Beverly Hills Mansion is the location I'm thinking. Either that or probably up American Fork Canyon or maybe even Mueller Park is a beautiful location as well. That we could get married in. It'll be simple. I don't imagine the religious ceremony is going to involve many people, if any. Primarily, I'm going to invite just Neil as the officiator, and kind of an eloping mindset, me and my boyfriend, and then of course within less than 2 months, most likely we'll elope to California. And the maximum amount of time I want to spend in Utah would be a 3-month lease, so month-to-month lease, moving in about 3 months, or as soon as it gets cold to the point where the discomfort is such that I start to get just laying in bed all day and doing nothing. If I have to get to the point where I'm getting high and drunk all winter like last winter, I'm just going to be like, I gotta go to California because I won't be much use. Not as much use as a partner to Jalera. So overall things are going very, very well. I'm excited for excited for the different developments in our relationship. I was watching some YouTube videos yesterday about married couples who make their channels, and they say, husband tag or boyfriend tag / husband tag. And there's some really wonderful ones where they're traveling to San Francisco and enjoying each other and going on segways and things like that, and gave me a lot of ideas of things me and Jalera can do. Financially, we're going to be fine, I believe, because he's a really good worker, and I work hard too when I have the energy and time to. I've been doing landscaping, and of course, I get a larger dojo, get some office space. I'll have another source of cash flow, probably part-time while I'm completing my college education and then transferring over to a university like San Diego State. I have thought about LA, but being as I basically, in not the best way, told my brother and parents over text that I was married, and basically that, I'm sure, came as a bit of a shock to them all, and they just showed up. But we had wedding rings on, and I was just kind of like, I felt good about it, because it was just kind of like, wow, I have the power to just be like, yo, this is my life, this is what I'm doing, and I mean, obviously it was a spontaneous decision, but I pondered on it after the decision was made, and we had discussed a committed long-term lifetime together, and it felt good for both of us, and so it's a mutual decision, just a discussion, and then we knelt down together and put rings on each other's fingers. Because we're men, we don't really know exactly how kneeling down would show respect, and obviously I'm getting, hopefully by the time we actually get legitimately, officially married as far as the legal paperwork is concerned, and he adopts my last name, I'm hoping to get him a ring that he gets to pick out. He didn't find one he really liked yesterday, but we got him a temporary type ring to hold on to for a while until, because a ring is a symbol. It doesn't really matter the ring itself, except that I picked one that had meaning to me. The silver deflects negativity, and it sort of symbolizes the moon and almost like the yin energy. And then, of course, the ruby is the masculine fire energy, passion, love, devotion, sexuality, sensuality. Agate is just known for those properties. And yeah, so that's the basic gist of what's been going on in our life. And we're living up at, he's living at two places, but now it's mostly one. And spending time together is great, and it's good to have a balance of our own things going on. His job's going well. He's making a lot more money and is happier than when he was working at Macy's or other jobs he's worked. So I'm happy for that, and over time he makes a lot of money. So yeah, so life's going great, and we're really happy to be together. And of course, there's a fair amount of anxiety around a wedding. You don't really think there will be, because you love somebody so much, and you're like, oh, I'm so excited, we're gonna get married, and then you have all this anticipation for your whole lifetime, being like, where am I gonna find this special someone? Suddenly they show up, and they're saying yes, and you're saying yes, and then you get all this anxiety because you want to make sure, is this the right decision? Is this the right person? And then you sometimes just have to just put that aside and just take the leap, because if you don't, then you might regret it, and then 10, 12 years down the road you'll be like, wow, I really wish I would have acted on those feelings, because now I'm stuck in LA with no one, and everyone's hooking up, and I'm miserable, and you could catch an STI too, but that's not a primary reason, but it's a big one. That could destroy your life, So, straight up, I'm really happy that I'm getting to watch Naruto, that I got this dojo going on, that I'm happy and excited about the future, and I hope that you guys find love and peace and happiness. And I also got a rose quartz stone I should show you. That's pretty awesome. I was struggling with people not accepting my decision to marry a man yesterday and fighting me on it, and my sister getting up in my grill about it, and about boyfriends and her thoughts on homosexuality and all this garbage. And I'm just like, honestly, I was starting to adopt some of that negative energy. and wanting to cast it back and not dispel it, but just like make them kind of pay for being so unaccepting. But then I talked to a lady and I'm just like, well, I gotta be able to like be less judgmental and kind of like let these things go, even though they're judging me, kind of thing. And then she recommended this stone. Of course, it's well known, the rose quartz. So I cleansed this in water in my silver chalice with a pentagram. Then, of course, I burned sage, sacred sage, and then Palo Santo, and then lavender. And I anointed this with lavender oil and gave it the intention to heal my chakras and allow me to have unconditional love in the midst of being persecuted, but to know what battles to face. You don't want to align yourself with toxic people, so you don't have to actually validate or disvalidate. You don't have to stick up for yourself in a sense. You don't really have to acknowledge that they're saying anything negative. It's just like, oh, it's their own crap that they're spewing, but it doesn't have anything to do with me. It's like, just because somebody barfs on the floor doesn't mean you have to like pick it up or like get a mop or like, or like whatever. It's just like, if they're gonna be that way and they know nothing about homosexuality, they don't know about how clean it can be, like when they douche, and that's, I think, the primary reason they don't like it is they don't understand the intercourse element, and it can be really beautiful, and most of the time, if you prepare correctly, it's just a really pure and good thing, and of course, deity made us this way and accepts us for our attractions, and I feel that with the law of consent, it can be a wonderful and powerful thing, especially when connecting to the divine. And yeah, so whenever I start to feel those negative feelings, I pull out my rose quartz and I just focus on it. I'm like, I know that this is healing my heart. It's allowing me to dispel those feelings and allow me to return love for hate, because ultimately, yeah, you can fight wars, you can cast back negative energy, you could hex people if you wanted, but at the end of the day, there is a more powerful way to get what you want. Because ultimately, what you want is you want acceptance and unity with your family, or you wouldn't be fighting so hard. But fighting is not the right approach. It's like you need to fight hate with love. You can't fight hate with hate, or it just creates more hate and more friction and more distance. So in order to do that, it's like you have to be soft, like they teach in like Taoism. You have to be soft in the midst of something that's hard in order to make it work smoothly. It's like, so basically that's what I'm doing now. I'm just gonna like not say my feelings anymore, because especially over text at all, I'm just gonna be like, if they talk about that stuff, I'm just going to be like, well, I love you, even though you may not understand. Or I'll just say, well, just wanted to let you know I love you, and I want to have family unity, and just repeat the same mantra over again until they actually start to believe it. But at least they're allowing or accepting Jalera enough that tomorrow we're going to actually have a family dinner, and because he's family now, like, we're going to feel more like unity and happiness, and of course financial benefits would be important but unlikely to happen. So, but we're strong enough in our will and our luck that I believe, irregardless of all that stuff, we're still going to be successful. So it doesn't matter if we get familial help, because it's about love. It isn't about money. Money helps you stay off the street, but it's not love. It's like, you almost need, most people say that you marry somebody from your hometown or around the same area, just from the standpoint that you have more in common, you understand each other, and Jalera is extremely blunt, which is a good and bad thing, but the truth is I'm used to those types of people who have more power, and but I think over time we'll start to feel more comfortable with each other, and we won't be so nitpicky, and well, most of the time we just get along, and we're just doing laundry now, but the truth is that I'm in love with him, and he's my best friend, so there isn't a reason why I wouldn't want to spending a ton of time with him and going hiking and going dancing and all the fun things we like to do together. And watching movies. We watched Twilight the other night, and that was super fun. And eating the pizza was amazing. I haven't had a good pizza from Pizza Hut in years. It was so good. I don't normally eat pizza, but it was amazing. We ate pizza right here, and then came back to my place and had tons of sex. And after all of the sex, he was kind of in pain, of course. So we kept going and going. We had he had a few shots of Fireball, and then the following day was when I had the conflict with my parents not allowing us both to come on the trip, and I'm like, well, if he's not coming, I'm not coming. And then after all that happened, I just said, I asked him, I was like, I feel close enough to you that I feel like we're already married, and we've been living together for maybe like 3 months total, and we've been dating longer than that, I think. Well, it's going on 3 months, maybe it's like 2.5 or something. And so we've been through so much so quickly that it feels like we've known each other way longer. So we're going to do some more ring shopping and keep you guys posted on our lives. And if you watch this whole video, good work. And I hope this helps you if you're around that time where you're like, hey, should I marry this person, should I not? And I just think what's good is just to kind of trust your heart. And look at a few other elements, like does this person have a work ethic? Is this person emotionally, has it mostly together? Does this person, what other elements are important to you? Is this person fun? Do I laugh with this person? We laughed so hard the other day because we threw water on each other and we had this like wrestling fight and we made all these jokes. And it's just like, I need that in my life. It helps loosen things up and get through the tougher times. And it was a little gloomy out when we proposed, but I was like, hey, we're the light in the midst of the gloom, and it's a good thing. And I feel at peace and happy. So totally, I'm gonna end this video, and you guys have a wonderful day or night.